just that quick, which was more like a few hours. But got it all cleaned up, all back together. Got the valve stem seals back in, new ones that is, and it's all put back together. The valves are lapped on both sides now, so and I got most of the head cleaned out here, so it might be a little touch of gunk, but overall I'm pretty darn happy, especially between what it looked like before, because my goodness, it was hella dirty in there. But yeah, went to the store, got a couple cans of the, carb cleaner, and went to town with it without, abusing carb cleaner. But I did use some in here, and it helped out a lot. So now that this is all set and everything, and I don't have, well, anything else to do in here necessarily, this is all ready for the head bolts to go in and to start actually like rebuilding with the cams and everything, which I don't want to put the cams on yet until I get it on the actual motor, or block I should say, because yeah, I have to do the timing chain, and to drag it around the timing chain and everything, it's easier just to move the cams. So I'm going to be doing a cleaning on this surface, which I'll move this out of my way. And this will be the first time I actually pull this head gasket up. There was about 3 areas I think I seen that happened to be areas I was really questionable or getting ready to actually break loose soon. And I do believe that would be, if I can get something long enough to reach, that would be right there and right here, and then there was like something in the middle, like ish around here and here, that was going bad, and this wasn't looking too well. But like I said, I haven't pulled this up yet, and I'm getting ready to right now, because I haven't been able to inspect up under here yet to really see what was going on. And grab that off the towel back here. Okay. Oh, that was semi-easy. Alright. Grab that. Get that out the way. I don't think I need to do this for further inspection. What I am going to do, because obviously not reusing this, I am going to just give a quick view of it and how the nylon kind of is done for. You see it's blackish around here, but then it just stops. Gets real shiny all around the edge here. And I do think that's an area where it's, getting ready to fail if it wasn't already. And the bottom side looks better than the top, but still an area in here that just doesn't look great. It's all gone. I'm gonna see if that's on the new one all the way around. I'm pretty sure. I mean, why would they make it halfway around here? I mean, come on now. But I'm gonna see what that new one looks like. Way over yonder. Okay. And as you can see, that rubberish seal is, all the way around there and around every one of these. So that was definitely different. So that's a new one. I still haven't taken it out of the package, but that works for me. Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the block, because that's pretty much what's next. Is I gotta start cleaning up this whole block and the pistons. The cylinder walls look really good though. I still see the cross hatching in there. There's not a lot of grime up top, and it looks pretty good overall. I don't see any felling areas really or anything like that, so that's a good thing. And the last one, a little dirty, but overall still really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning that up and trying to get that to start, getting all sparkly clean, like metal should look like, and not like that. or like that. And with the head now cleaned up, looking a little bit better, you know. Not sparkly clean on the little pistons, but a hell of a lot better. I have a little bit of crud to get out of there. I'm pretty sure it should be okay. I'm gonna wipe it out one more time, and lace a little bit of oil in there because I did put brake cleaner and I do not want that any kind of a dry start. So I've got that. Things are offset as far as that front bolt pattern right there. And right now, this should be the new head gasket. Goes on that pin, goes on that pin. Already laid down. Looking a ton better. Ooh. My. So I'm going to get those cylinders cleaned out the rest of the way, get a little bit of oil rubbed in there just so nothing's too dry as it starts for the first time, hopefully, and stays running. But yeah, moving on. The head is complete back there, waiting for assembly, and now I have the actual head gasket installed, which obviously just laying it down the correct way is pretty darn nice. So I've got that going on. I don't think you can't really have it upside down because this hole for the gasket would be like down here because it's offset, if you can't see that, between here and here. So then this one is kind of like this way, so then same length. Yeah, you can see that that's like a little bit more. So it's over here. This is the right way, just in case that kind of confused you with that laying right there, because it confused me for a second. I'm gonna go ahead, throw this away now. This is one crispy piece of shit. So crispy bacon in the trash. Next is to get the head on there and start torquing down the bolts. Yeah, that would be next. So awesome, here we go. Well, it is the next day and the head is on, and I gotta say I am really glad that I did not rush through this. I tried to look through all forums I could find, and the only torque values that I got for the head bolts were 22 foot-pounds initially, and followed by a final torquing of 44 foot-pounds, which to me sounded really low. I mean, kind of low. I mean, 44, 45 foot-pounds, you know, on a final torque for a head bolt. I didn't really like it. So I slept on it and I woke up and I Google AI'd, or whatever you want to call it. I pretty much looked it up again, and then once I looked it up again, the Google AI literally said the first torque value was going to be 44, and then the second one and final is going to be 85. So I'm more comfortable with the number of 85 being the final torquing on those. So I'm really happy that I just kind of took my time with it a little bit and let that update or whatever. I don't know what the heck, but I really like 85 better. I don't like that it has to be a 3/8, but 3/8 should be able to take you know, 85 foot-pounds. This is a T55 that I'm using, but I'm sure there's a actual hex key for the top of that would work better. But it fits in there. There's not a lot of slop or anything like that. I don't know if you can see that, but just barely, and I think that's just from me using this over and over. I've already got some lube on there, and like I said, I can't put the cams on until I get all the timing set up down there, and then I'll put the cams on and the little lifters in and start really, you know, putting those all in and lubricating, make sure that's all great, sliding wonderfully. So let me go ahead and figure out putting this over to 85 foot-pounds. Hopefully there's nothing that snaps, because there's nothing like trying to take a snapped head bolt out of a head, so, or out of a block for that matter. Now here we go, 85 foot-pounds. Well, even more parts are put on, like the little lifters here. I think those, make sure that those are sliding in and out, all of them, like quite nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting all the timing back together, which is something different. Just for reference, the head bolts, I ended up doing 22 foot-pounds for the first round, 45 for the second round, and then I ended on a third round of 85 foot-pounds. Sounds a lot better. So I am going to go with that and keep on going. There's a little more room on the floor, not a lot, but it's still rolling here. So I got some stuff up there I still got to get rid of and put back on this little machine here. So as soon as I'm done with the timing and everything, then I'll be back, and hopefully I have it right, because supposedly the camshaft can change. So because that is changeable, I have to make sure that it's fully advanced, which right now I'm not sure which way the twist is, advanced or opposite of advanced. Okay, and I have to align the marks up with the black marks on the actual timing chain, but the timing chain has like 50 black marks on it, so it's not like it's specific. Like roll it over like 7 times or something like that, and that's pretty much like one full revolution. I don't know, something crazy. But my head is just not computing. Maybe because I've been out here in this heat way too long. It's all right, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up. Hopefully not drop too much more crap into the oil pan, which I am. After the timing, which by the way, I got that surface all nice and cleaned up, and inside of there, well, I still have a bunch of debris to kind of, get out of there, but it was way worse. Okay, a lot of corrosion in there, but I got that whole front face, the whole thing all cleaned up all the way over, and that one, yeah, that there. Well, it's a brand new day. Well, I put air in my front tires in the Z, and this is where I left off at, is pretty much that side just kind of dangling, but that's in the near the position where it needs to be. You can see that little dot right there. That is the alignment mark for that side, but there's nothing specific angle wise that says where it's supposed to be. What I'm thinking, because once again I kind of like sleeping on it and then remembering where I kind of left off and letting ideas kind of simmer in the pot. On the back of the camshaft, when I was putting it in, there was a flat notch back there. That flat notch, I'm pretty sure, is an alignment tool. Like if I were to use an alignment tool or something like that, then this would be, the cams would be directly, well, the camshafts would be directly together. So then I just have to worry about pretty much aligning it to that down there. I don't have that alignment tool. I'm going to see if there is an alignment tool. But this is everything that I have left, and as I was talking about, there's some kind of a flat something or other that's on the end of the camshaft there for both sides actually. So got all the other side in, and this is what I have left for over there. I still have these gaskets left, which once I start into those, they're gonna go pretty quick, especially for the valve cover. I am about to put the exhaust manifold back on, because that's pretty much easy. The head is planted, it's torqued down, like I said, 20, 24, 45, and then 85, I think it was. Um, but yeah, that's all cleaned up and everything. I need to find one bolt because I had to extract one bolt as it was broken on the head. So, but I was able to get it out. And yeah, it's time to put the exhaust manifold back up. So I can at least do that much, and I need to recheck to make sure that all my all my rollers are in place correctly, which it looks like it. Yeah, they look like they're all good and everything. I have the Lucas Assembly high performance assembly lube in there and on the journal caps and everything like that. So that should be good. I didn't see any other debris in the way. I have been cleaning as I go, but I've got a lot of it cleaned out, and like I said, a lot of it's going pretty darn good. I don't like what I see in the oil pan right there, but hopefully this goes smoothly because this is about going to be the most crucial area where I'm at now. I mean, it really is. That timing is off. I don't know if this is an interference motor or not, so I'm going to look at a few pictures, stare at it some more, and stare at space. Maybe the sun, I don't know, because the sun is what's out right now. Well, after running down the street to literally go save a couple of people who got into a really bad car accident at the corner, I have this on, the upper water housing thing. My brain's a little bit weird now because literally really bad accident. Anyway, this is on now, all properly tucked and tightened. This is on there now, a little light. There we go. This is all on there, and that is the bolt that I chose to fit in there, and it seems to be alright. I wish I would have put a little washer on there, but overall it is tightened. It seems like it's not, you know, gonna break or anything. It seems like a hardened, you know, bolt, so it should be a good thing there. So the exhaust manifold is all set, the upper coolant set, and I got the power steering pump. That's all bolted up now. So this side looking a little bit better. I don't think there's too much else to do besides wait for the actual wiring harness that's wrapped around that side and the outside of the fender there to come back around and then do a bunch of the little wiring connections there. But overall, that is all set on that side and ready to rock. I still have this issue, but the issue that I'm coming across, and like I said with the little slots on the backside, yeah, there is a camshaft holding toolkit for it. So, and no, AutoZone did not have the alignment tool, so it was either Amazon or figure it out for myself, and I figured it out for myself. So I'll show you guys about that tomorrow. Until then, night. Is another beautiful day down here. I called the dealership and they let me know that it is discontinued, but I do have a part number because the timing cover, oil pump, all the gaskets he would want for this right here, this whole job, it comes in one kit. I guess he said it was priced at about $250 for the whole kit. But it is discontinued. So what am I supposed to do besides, you know, cry about it? But it is going alternate route, and he did give me a part number, and that is the part number that kind of smudged it. It's already hot out here. I was only out here for like 5 seconds literally. But 12628565 is the part number for all this shebang of trying to get that front cover and all that. So I went on Amazon and I tried to look for a timing cover that would come with the actual gaskets and everything, which none of them said that they would actually come with the gaskets. It's kind of like a hope and a prayer kind of thing. But as I was looking that up on the internet and I found that front cover on Amazon that will be here tomorrow. Down below in the description, it did actually come up with that number for the part number. So I'm hoping if this is the same set and everything, then I'm gonna have not only the gasket, but I'll have a brand new timing cover and maybe some other parts too, that, you know, like that oil pump little gasket right there, and maybe even a new oil pump. I think that comes in the kit, so we'll see. You know, listen to some exotic birds out here just calling. I don't even know what type of bird that is, but it's beautiful down here. Oh, ow. Yep, too many tools. Still cleaning up. Yeah, I don't know what tool that, what bird that is, but yep. You hear the game plan, you see the game plan. Well, kinda, so to speak. You see the problem. So I suppose I will see you guys again on day like 28. Even it's really like day 11 or 12, something like that with this. So yeah, hopefully it's all coming together just slower than I would like. Especially I'm glad that I was able to actually find the part on Amazon to be here tomorrow, so that's a good thing. So, and it was at a decent price. 1-year warranty, so I may have to really, about 14 months in, you know, really watch out for that oil pressure or something. But hopefully it's a good one and I don't have any issues with it or anything. But yeah, timing and time to go. See you guys tomorrow.